how is Warped Tour going, and what is your typical schedule like? I know it probably differs every day, but what's like a typical routine for you guys?
I think part of the fun part about Warped Tour is that like our set times do change every day. We find out around 9:30 every morning when our set's going to be, and we kind of super spontaneous. We base the day off of that, but we do a lot of the same stuff every day. We'll wake up around 7 and hit the lines, sing to the people in line, like try to convince people to come to our show, and then we'll find out our set time, go back out, tell everyone that we just sang to the set time. The whole time, like Ian and Brennan will be putting up posters, and then we'll find out the set time, we'll eat lunch, we'll kind of base everything around the set and meal times, and then we'll do, different press stuff, and we'll do a signing at our table.
Today we're actually serving dinner, so that'll be fun. I've been wanting to do, all the bands have done it so far, and I'm like, I keep telling our team, I'm like, I really want to serve everyone dinner, so that's what we're doing at 4:30, which is a different change up to our schedule.
Sure.
I feel like recently we've been in such a groove, because once you get into the Warped Tour groove, every day kind of becomes a constant. Like you're in a parking lot, and there's a forest, and then there's a venue, and there's an amphitheater. But recently we've been having like really amazing after show hangs where we'll just like explore, like check out different areas around where the venue is. We found like a lake the other night, which was super beautiful, and we've just really been having a great time together, as well as like working super hard and enjoying that as well. So.
Yeah, awesome. Now you guys aren't new to touring, but this is your first year on Warped Tour. So have you picked up any techniques or any like tips, like anything you need to have? Like I hear dry shampoo, baby wipes, like anything cool that you guys have figured out?
Oh yeah,
it's routine too.
Yeah.
All of dry shampoo, baby wipes for sure. Flip flops, so much sunscreen.
Actually, I haven't worn sunscreen once on this whole tour. I put it on my face in the morning, but that is it.
That counts as wearing sunscreen.
But like not really, because it's I don't know. But I would say baby wipes, deodorant, sunscreen. Stage wise, just be as crazy as you want. That's what I learned. Like the first show we had, I was kind of like just like feeling it out, and I don't think
know what to expect.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect, and then you watch these other bands, and they just don't give a shit. Like they're running around, they're running the audience, and you're like, why don't I do that? I have the opportunity in front of all these people I don't know to be the craziest I can be. So I feel like that's what I've learned the most to kind of expand my abilities too. So yeah.
I think we've all kind of perfected now at this point in Warped, like how to really interact with the fans that come to Warped Tour. So like we've gotten super used to doing it, and it's just getting more and more fun, more and more comfortable for us. So yeah.
Now something really awesome that you guys did before Warped Tour was you did covers every week leading up to it. How did you guys figure out like how you wanted to do that, and like how did you do the song selection? I saw you did like We the Kings and all that stuff. Like how did you guys do that?
Shout out to our management. We love you, Kim. But so we basically were like going through and trying to pick like iconic bands that had played Warped Tour in the past. So like we did My Chemical Romance when we took over the Vans Warped Tour account, and that one was like apparently controversial because we dimmed it down to like fit like a kind of like more of a funky vibe, and some of the kids were like, oh my god, this is really cool, and then half the kids were like, don't you touch My Chemical
Romance. But no, it was sick because like give it a week and it had just a lot of response, and that was something that we wanted out of that, was like to attract people to it and to attract people to us, whether it was like an intrigue or whether it was just into what we did. Yeah, so like,
and it was kind of a history lesson in itself too, because we were learning like the previous lineup and like red jumpsuit apparatus. Like I kind of really wanted to do something a little like out of left field and do like a Day to Remember song, and like
we did a lot of cool covers. Like now I hear some of the songs that we covered and I know the words. I'm like, ha, yeah.
Did you guys ever attend Warped Tour before you guys were on it?
These two, or did you? I don't know if you did.
I haven't, but I wanted to for a long time. I'm like a fan of Under Oath and The Chariot, so back in like 2000.
Yeah. What was your experience like when you went? Who did you see, and like what was your days like?
I mean, I'm trying to remember like who the first band I saw on Warped Tour was. Yumi at 6 was one that kind of had an impact on me a while back, and their show was great, and that's how I discovered them, was on Warped Tour. Chunk, No Captain Chunk, I've known about them for a while from watching their set. Motionless in White, There's a couple bands who have been on the tour that I actually like wasn't familiar with from like earlier years, but it's all kind of like you collectively discover through every like year you go. You kind of get like a handful of bands that you're really into. Issues, I think, is awesome. I've seen most of their sets on this tour, and I saw them at like the Will Turn a while back with Sleeping with Sirens, but there was a handful of like Warped scene bands that I was crazy about in high school, so I definitely had been a few times before I was actually like on the tour, which was cool.
Staying on the topic of Issues, because I know they play the Pokemon theme song, are you guys playing Pokemon Go at all? And how is it going? Are you doing it like at each venue?
You know, the best venue was Jones Beach for Pokemon. It was right by the water. They had a gym right in catering. I caught, and then in the amphitheater there was like Meowths and just like all the weird ones. But I'm having a hard time because like the servers and then like the gyms are always kind of far away and like
my stuff to do. You know?
Yeah, it's a busy schedule.
Either. My guys aren't strong enough to fight with some of these
my strongest guy is like CP of like 300 and something.
Like some of these people, like
there's one guy who has a Vaporeon that's like level 1,000.
Doesn't
And
make sense.
he's on the tour, so every gym we hit, he's
it?
there. I don't know. It's Team Mystic too, or maybe he's Valor.
that dude, man. I have no chance.